This is my report, my presentation, and it's about a job that's not very known. It's called Test and Balance Technician. That they do, they make everything balance in a house, so it makes a house and a building comfortable to live in. Some things that they do is that they balance HVAC, which is system heating, ventilating, and air conditioning. And they do pipe identification, they balance water, and use control system, which is like your thermostat. Some pros about this job is that you get to work inside, which means there's no snow, there's no rain, you don't have to work in the weather, and you don't have to work in the heat too. You work with different people. You can work with people that you like. You make good money out of this job. Sometimes you get to travel, because I know someone who has this job who went up to Hawaii in this job. That was pretty cool. Not a lot of physical work. You will be carrying things and pulling things around and holding things, but you won't be running and you won't do as much physical activity as if you were a builder. So another thing is you need to be able to read floor plans. And if you know how to read floor plans, then this is a pretty easy job. You just need to know where you need to know where the heaters are, and you need to know where the furnace is at. Some cons about this job is that equipment and certification is very expensive. It could get up to $6,000. You work with people. You can work with people you don't like. Equipment needs to be calibrated often, which means it needs to be checked on a lot, and it needs to be looked at before you can go do your thing again. You can't be afraid of heights, because in big buildings you need to go up there and check the air and balance out the air in there. Sometimes it can get kind of dirty, because you might be working, you might spill some water on you or some of that pipe water. So the balancing HVAC, heating, ventilating, and air conditioning, what you do, you use a flow hood and you balance out the air so it's even enough to live in. So there's something called negative pressure effect. So usually when you open a door at school, you'll feel that gust of air or wind come at you. That's the negative pressure effect. The air in the room is uneven. So they balance water. So they make sure the water goes to the right place, and they use pumps to make it go the right place, and they also use the pumps to make a certain amount of water go to certain areas, so you don't have a lot of water coming out of your sink and then little water coming out of your shower. It's all even. They regulate temperatures. They make sure that the water is a certain temperature, so you can change what temperature you want it to be. So proper water pressure in the system. That's just when there's too much water going through one pipe. It's like I said, you don't want so much water going here and less water going there. They use control systems to do the heating and cooling a house, which is your thermostat. And you can control it by one computer, or you can update a USB and it can run off that. You update the USB to certain things you want on the USB and how you want your house to be, and then your thermostat will run off that. If you like doing technology and things on the computer, there's something called certified test and balance reports, and people will write these reports, and then they are typed so they are better read and understood. The city requires these reports to occupy a building. Like, you need these reports to go in and do balancing in a house or a building. They will not let you, so those reports let you go in and do it. So they also need proof of NEB, which is National Environmental Balancing Bureau, and what that is, it just gives them, what that is, it's just giving them permission to go in the house and work on what they need to do. So there's pipe identification, which they use. Pipe identification is where you go and check the pipes to make sure that the water's flowing good. So they'll use tape to show which direction the water or gas is going. They'll have an arrow going, so when the person goes and tries to fix the water, it's not going the opposite direction of where it was supposed to go. They will use different colored tape. Like green means it's safe. For example, it's cold water. It's safe to touch. Yellow tape means it's a warning. For example, it's natural gas. And red means it's for emergency purposes, like the fire sprinkler systems. Like that's what the water's used for. Those things that you use up on your ceiling. And that's it.